Part 1. When life becomes heavy, life is not always gentle, and it does not always explain its reasons clearly. There are times when effort feels invisible, progress seems painfully slow, and hope quietly fades into the background. No matter how disciplined or sincere a person may be, life sometimes responds with silence instead of results. During these moments, frustration grows, doubts multiply, and uncertainty begins to weigh heavily on the heart. It is in these moments that life presents its hardest tests, not to destroy us immediately, but to measure our patience, endurance, and inner strength over time. There was a man who lived an ordinary and largely unnoticed life, surrounded by people who rarely understood the pressure he carried daily. He did not have privilege, shortcuts, or an easy path to follow. Every morning he woke up before the world fully came alive, preparing himself for another demanding day. Every night he returned home exhausted, wondering whether his sacrifices were leading toward anything meaningful. Part 2. The pain of doubt and words. Despite his consistent effort, his situation remained unchanged for a long time. Problems followed him persistently, appearing one after another without warning or mercy. Just as one difficulty seemed to fade, another challenge emerged, requiring even more patience and emotional control. Slowly, frustration settled within him, creating an internal struggle between perseverance and despair. What made this struggle even heavier was not only the hardship itself, but the voices of people around him. Some openly mocked his efforts, treating his determination as something naive and unrealistic. Others doubted his abilities in subtle but deeply damaging ways, convinced that his limitations would always define his future. They spoke confidently, as if they understood his destiny better than he did himself. They often told him that he was wasting his time on dreams that would never come true. They advised him to give up early, warning that continued effort would only lead to deeper disappointment. Some even claimed that success was simply not meant for someone like him. Although he never replied to these words directly, they settled quietly in his mind, returning during long nights and moments of weakness. Part 3. Patience as a daily choice. Despite the weight of doubt and disappointment, he made a conscious decision not to allow bitterness to shape his character. Instead of reacting with anger or resentment, he chose silence, reflection, and patience. Every day he continued to work honestly, even when recognition was absent and appreciation was nowhere to be found. He focused on what he could control, rather than becoming consumed by circumstances beyond his reach. Each night he turned inward, seeking guidance rather than immediate solutions. He prayed not for instant success, but for strength, clarity, and the ability to endure with dignity. Over time, patience became more than a temporary response to hardship. It became a disciplined habit. He learned to pause before reacting, to think before speaking, and to trust the process even when outcomes remained unclear. When sadness appeared, he acknowledged it without allowing it to define him. When anger surfaced, he restrained it, understanding that impulsive reactions often create lasting damage. Part 4. Time, change, and the reward of patience. As time passed, change did not arrive dramatically or suddenly. There were no instant breakthroughs or life-altering miracles that transformed everything overnight. Instead, progress appeared quietly, almost unnoticed at first. Small opportunities emerged, and subtle improvements slowly replaced constant struggle. His life did not change quickly, but it changed meaningfully, building stability rather than temporary excitement. With each passing month, his confidence grew stronger, rooted in experience rather than expectation. People who once doubted him began to observe his consistency with a different level of respect. Those who once mocked his efforts grew silent, unable to deny the quiet strength of patience. He eventually understood that patience is not weakness disguised as acceptance. It is strength practiced with control, wisdom, and long-term vision. Being patient does not mean doing nothing. It means continuing to act responsibly while trusting the right timing. Life's hardest tests are not meant to break us, but to reveal who we truly are under pressure. When life becomes overwhelming, patience keeps the heart steady and the mind clear. And trusting Allah during difficult times means believing that every delay carries wisdom. What is written for you will reach you at the right time. Remain patient. Your effort is never unseen and your reward is never lost. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. See you in the next lesson.